Hi, Eman. How's it going?
It's going great. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
My pleasure. You're back in Malta. How does it feel?
Yeah, when you're back in Malta, I have this feeling of it's back home. I don't live here now for a couple of years, so it's always great to have the opportunity to come back close to November to see how things are going, get to touch base with my team and our clients who are based in Malta. And yeah, always a blessing.
You said November. Malta Week is round the corner, literally round the corner. Bigger venue. Was that hard to acquire?
Yes, it was a really tough thing to acquire. We have been trying for the past 4 years to get access to that venue, but a lot of obstacles to get to it. We got to a stage where the MFCC became dangerous to host the growing numbers of delegates and exhibitors. And the only viable option for us to keep the show in Malta was to get access to this venue. The government understood our plight and they gave a concession so the show could be held in this venue, which is not made for events. It's a shipbuilding site, right? It's a place where they fix boats. But the character that comes along with this location is something that I think is going to pave the way for an unforgettable experience. I mean, you go into this massive venue, which is 3-4 times bigger than the MFCC, dressed up with lights, with drapes, with bigger stands. And I think the delegates are going to be in for a memorable treat. Not only the venue itself, we're also going to be furnishing the entire outdoor area with even more booths, and there's the berthing space which will also be packed with mega yachts, which themselves will be acting as booths as well. So expect a festival feeling all along.
Well, I mean, for those who don't know about the Malta shipbuilding, what would you say is the difference between an MFCC, where everyone knows Malta Week is happening at MFCC, now we're moving into a much larger venue. What would you say is the difference? What can the delegates expect out of this?
I'd say convenience, number one. We're shifting the focus from Ta'ali to Marsa by day, but we're also shifting the focus from St. Julian's to Valletta by night. So we're encouraging delegates to stay in Valletta. There's some really good boutique hotels. There's some also big hotels, which we're using officially. And the drive between Valletta and Marsa is a mere 5 minutes. Great infrastructure. So that's also another reason, by the way, we couldn't use Marsa before, because the flyover was being built. And so great infrastructure, great roads leading to the venue. So it's going to be extremely comfortable for delegates staying in Valletta to make it to Marsa on a daily basis.
I was actually checking the numbers, and so far 25,000 delegates.
Correct.
We have 800 exhibitors and sponsors coming. How did you manage this?
Correct. Yes, stats don't lie, and judging by the registrations we have at the moment, we're going to exceed the numbers of last year by a significant 5,000 people. We had close to 20,000 people last year. We're expecting to exceed 25,000. And I think I have a clear idea why this is the case. We have successfully built an empire in 2023, extending beyond SiGMA in Malta, SiGMA in Dubai. This year, we also have a mega show in Manila, targeting the Asian market. So we're deep in the trenches for the Far East. We also had a successful show in Sao Paulo. So now the brand is extremely well known with the Latin American market. We had a very good show at the beginning of the year in Africa, in Kenya. So we also have raised the bar among the African community. We had another successful show in Limassol just recently. So we're very close with the Slavic and the Balkan community. And thanks to this roadshow, literally a roadshow of mega conferences, we have raised the bar for the Malta show. So unlike previous year, I'd say this year the show has truly become global. with delegates from Japan, from Korea, from the Philippines, from Sao Paulo, from West Africa, from East Africa. Truly a global SiGMA in the heart of the gaming hub in Europe, in Malta.
Eman, I had the pleasure of following you around the world this year. We went to a lot of places. However, Malta, why is Malta so important for you? Why would you like to keep it?
Yeah, look, we're not naive, right? We understand that the infrastructure is what it is, right? And the show, I like to explain what SiGMA is by using the analogy. We're a big fish in a small pond. So the infrastructure, there's not enough hotels. There's not even an expo venue that can accommodate us. We had to go in a shipyard and literally gut it out, fix it ourselves, fix the roof, fix the floor, put ACs, restrooms. We had to do all of that ourselves, right? So if we had to do it in Germany with better infrastructure, it would have cost us a fraction of the price. If we had to do it in London at the Excel, or in Germany, or in Holland, where they have great expo venues and great infrastructure and great flight connections. But Malta made us who we are today, right? When we started 10 years ago, not in my wildest dreams would I have anticipated the show in Malta to grow the way it has become today. That, and whether people like it or not, Malta remains the hub of iGaming in Europe, all right? Despite the turbulence, despite everything else, Malta remains the number one choice for many to base their business in Malta. Great ecosystem, great support from the government. It's easy to do business here. There's a can-do attitude. So there's thousands of companies here, not hundreds, thousands of companies when you consider ancillary companies like CSPs that benefit from having the show in Malta. And I'm extremely proud to keep the show in Malta despite all odds, despite the lack of infrastructure, despite not having an expo venue. I take pride in keeping the show in Malta. And I don't foresee changing location anytime soon.
That's great. That's amazing. Yeah. Anything you would like to share to anyone who has not yet secured himself a pass for this Malta?
Yeah, if there's anyone who's never been to Malta, who has never been to the conference in Malta, if there's anyone who's looking at opening a business, the show is for everyone. The show is there to attract affiliates, operators, B2Bs, regulators, the entire ecosystem under one roof. It's a formula that some people doubted 10 years ago when we launched, but we have proven that this formula works. To those who have never come, please do make the time for it. It is in my opinion, it is the largest show dedicated to online gaming in the world. ICE does exceptionally well, and it is the largest show in the world, but ICE is also about land-based gaming. So if you're not interested in land-based, and if you're purely after an iGaming crowd, we have it all for you. And the show in Malta is a must-attend event. We have also another mantra which we believe in. The show is not just about doing business, but it's also about cementing friendships. So the atmosphere at SiGMA in Malta is very friendly. There's a lot of side events, a lot of networking dinners, drinks, maybe parties at the end of the conference. And those side events, there's, I think, hundreds of them happening. Those side events really create an environment of trust where people become friends, and then business flows afterwards. And I think no other show than SiGMA highlights this better than the show in Malta.
Eman, I don't think you could have explained it any better. I'd like to thank you very much for coming over, for elaborating about this magnificent Malta week, which is just about to happen. I look forward to seeing you on the floor, and I wish you all the great success.
Thanks for having me.